Hey everyone, and welcome back to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Superman from Dawn of Justice. So we're going to start with the eyebrow line just above the left eye, starting from the outside, working our way in with a curve. Curving in. From here we're just going to turn up the inside for a little bit of a furrowed brow. On the right side, we're going to leave a little gap in the center here. We're going to draw the same thing on the opposite side. So curving in, and then curving out the upper part of the eyebrow. From here we're going to draw the brow line. So up here, we're going to draw an angled line going up. We're going to take that point and curve right into the inner part of the eyebrow. Do the same thing on this side. So starting on the inside, we'll curve out, and then just draw an angled line to the outside of the eyebrow. Let's draw in the eyeballs now. So we're going to tuck in a circle underneath this lower brow line. Starting on the side here, we'll just draw a circle, curving around, and then back up. On the top left area here, we're going to draw a highlight. So we're just going to draw a circle just tucked in up there. Let's draw the same thing on the right side, making sure we're just going to try to balance out the same size. Starting on the inside, curve around to the bottom, and then curve this underneath that brow. Go ahead and draw in that highlight. Same size circle on the top. Let's go ahead and color the inside area in black. Work our way to the right side. Now from here we're going to work our way down towards the mouth. So down here, we usually make the lower part of the face quite small. So just in the middle here, just below the eyes, we're going to draw a curve from left to right. And then we're going to turn up the ends just to give them a little bit of a smirk. Just pull those up like that. And then we're going to create a little bracket for the smile line on the ends. Just below the mouth, we're going to draw the bottom lip. So just a little curve like that. Let's go ahead and draw in the bottom of the chin. So on either side of the eye, we're going to move across. I'm going to draw a point on the left and a point on the right at the same height. We're going to curve the bottom of the chin, and the chin I usually draw really short. So right about here, let's go ahead and draw in that curve to the bottom of the chin. Work our way up towards the right. Just like that. He's got a little bit of a cleft chin here, so what we're going to do is we're going to just take our pen and just draw a little line down the middle. From here, let's draw in some ears. So from that point, I'm going to curve out and then pull this right back in towards the head. For some inner ear detail, I'm just going to start out here and just pull that in with a curve. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to get the same size ear, pull that in, and draw that little inner ear detail. We're going to draw the inside edge of the hairline. So we're going to curve two lines going up towards the side of the head. So right up here, we're going to curve up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from here, we're going to come down to the widow's peak, right in the center of the forehead. Draw a little point here to start us off. From here I'm going to curve out and just connect to that line on the right. Starting from the outside on the left, we'll curve in towards the middle. From here I'm going to take this point, because his hair is combed over this way, I'm going to take this point and curve around the top of the head and down towards the side. So curving up and coming down towards the side here. And then from here I'm going to draw a straight line, almost like a slight curve, coming down into the side of that ear there. Up here we're going to do an overlap, and I'm going to curve down towards the side of the ear on that side. Let's go ahead and draw some hairlines. So up here, I'm just going to draw a curve going up this way, and we're just going to rotate these curves. Now working to the center, let's draw a curve this way, going up that way, and one more this way. On the side of the head, I'm just going to draw a couple curves, maybe draw a couple closer together, all the way across this way. On the side here, do the same thing. Just drawing a couple curves just to show the hair slicked back. Okay, so now we got the head. Let's get into the body. Just below the chin here, I'm going to draw the collar of the shirt. So up here on the left, curve down and up on the right. From this point, we just want to draw the inner edge of the cape because it overlaps a bit of the shoulder and a bit of the arm. So right here on the left side, we're going to step down a bit. I'm just going to draw a swooping curve Goes around like this, and you can draw it any shape you want. I'm just going to draw it this way because that's the edge of the cape. So imagine a little bit of wind pushing it through. From here, we're going to do the opposite side. So we're going to draw a curve going out like this and around just like that. From here, I'm going to take this outer edge here and curve right underneath the jaw, just like this. So it looks like the cape is starting to roll around behind the back. So curving around this way. Now that we have that, we can work our way inside the body. So the sides of the body, I'm going to draw down towards the hips, down towards the feet. Now, the feet, I'm going to have them lifting off the ground a little bit. Usually, I like to draw the body the same height as the head. So what I do is I usually mark where the lower part of the feet are, go about halfway between the chin and the feet, and that's where my waist is. So right here on the left side, I'm going to curve down and just kind of give it a little bit of a turn towards the left. Same thing on the right. From here, I'm going to curve the waistline. So from here, curving across towards the right. Now we're going to add a little bit of detail here. On the side here, I'm going to draw an angled line in. Same thing on the right side. I'm going to take these points and angle in towards the waist. In the center here, I'm going to draw a little belt buckle. So a little rectangle right in the center. And then on this side, I'm going to draw two curves, starting from the outside, curving down. Do that twice. Over here, we're going to draw that twice. For the symbol, we're going to just try to simplify this as much as possible. So on the top, we're going to draw a straight line across the top. From these corners, we're going to angle out. And we're going to take these points and come right down to a center point in the middle. Down to here, and on the right. Now with the symbol, there's a little trim on the outside, and then the S sits inside of that. So we're going to go work our way around from the outside. So starting up here, we're going to leave a gap and draw a straight line across, and then we'll just draw a little V. From here, I'm going to take this point, move down, I'm going to draw a little straight line coming down, and then a straight line coming across. Now from here, I'm going to go across the bottom of the top of the S, curve up, come around, and then right underneath that line there. From here to here, I'm just going to draw a straight line across. So you got this little border that goes across here. On the top, we go across the side, that diagonal line, and coming down just a little bit, we take those 2 points and curve to connect them. Now here, I'm going to step down here and just draw the bottom of the S, curving around and then swooping back up. Under here, I'm going to draw sort of an upside down triangle. Okay, so that's a very simple S. Let's get into the arms. I'm just going to have the arms sort of dangling down this way. So on the armpit, I'm just going to move down here. I'm going to draw a curve for the inner part of the arm, going towards the thumb. From here, I'm just going to curve out the thumb. On the end, I'm just going to draw a little curve, a little bracket. Move over a little bit, draw a curve going around that bracket for the first finger. We'll do an overlap for the second finger. Do one final overlap for the third finger, and then this, we're just going to pull up underneath that cape. Up here, we're just going to draw a curve for the sleeve, the cuff of the sleeve. Let's go and do the same thing on the right side. Starting at the same height, I'm going to curve down towards that wrist. We're going to bump out the thumb like we did here, and we'll draw a little bracket. We're going to go over and just draw a curve around that bracket. We're going to do an overlap, and then we'll do one more, and then now this arm is going to go all the way underneath that cape. Now we're sort of aiming towards that point in the cape there. Over here, we're going to just draw a curve for the cuff. Now, with the legs, I'm going to draw the feet sort of lifted off so the knees are going to be bent. So from this hip, I'm going to draw a curve going in towards the lower torso. So curving down and then back up towards the middle of the body. Now this is the thigh. We're not going to see the calf here. We're going to actually see the foot sticking out here. But from this point, I'm going to do a slight overlap and draw a curve to the opposite leg. From here, I'm going to leave a gap here. I'm going to step below this line and just draw a curve going around and up to the opposite hip here. From here, I'm going to step up here underneath this back of this leg and just draw a curve going around and then tucking that underneath that knee. Up here, I'm just going to draw a little curve for the boot line. On this side, I want to take this and just flip it over and tuck it in underneath this knee. So right here, I'm just going to pull it underneath like this and tuck that in underneath the leg. To finish off the cape, I'm just going to go up to here. So we're going to show this edge of the cape folding over. So right about here, I'm just going to push it out and then pull it back into that point. So you can see it just sort of goes out and then back in. Let's do a similar thing on this side. So I'm going to start up here and go out from here and pull that into that point there. Up here, we're going to move up on both sides. From here, I'm just going to curve it underneath the legs. It's going to continue past the legs. I'm going to start to turn it up. Here, I'll turn it up and then pull it back down. The final thing, we're going to just add a little bit of a pant line. So from this hip, and curve down towards the center of the lower torso. Over here, we're going to leave a gap. Go up to the opposite hip. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Superman from Dawn of Justice. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please make sure you check out our Chibi playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.